Muhammad is bearing the pain of losing her only son, but we never saw her shed a tear. What we did see, a mother's raging determination to punish the police officers who, she says, tortured her son to death. I want to see whoever tortured my son be tortured in front of me, she says. Retribution. Only God knows who beat my son, but I know he was tortured at a police camp. She knows, she says, because of the scars on her son's tongue and what looked like rope marks around his neck. His father shows us Muhammad's death certificate, listing injuries to his head, chest, and back.
All his body was hurt.
Do you know when someone gets crushed by a train, Muhammad's mother asks? He was like that. His face was swollen, his neck where he was pulled by a rope. He paid a high price to dream his country could be the best in the world. Muhammad was 28, a world traveler, a human rights activist. His parents beamed with pride when they showed us certificates he'd won for helping those less fortunate. His family says last month Muhammad disappeared after an anti-government protest in Cairo. Days later, his battered and comatose body was brought to a hospital where he passed away. Police have not confirmed he was detained, but Muhammad's case is adding to fears that police abuse and torture is rife, just as it was during the regime of former President Hosni Mubarak. This month, cameras caught police stripping and beating a defenseless man. Rights groups say hundreds of people have been illegally detained by police and dozens tortured since the 2011 revolution. So I went to see Hossein Fekri, Egypt's Deputy Interior Minister for Human Rights. He says Muhammad's case is being investigated, but Fekri claims he died after being hit by a vehicle.
Do you feel responsible for answering this mother's question who's lost her only son?
Not everything that people say is true, so we don't talk about something we're not sure of. We have to wait until the investigation is finished.
Does the Interior Ministry, do police officials go and give simple directions to police officers? You can't hit people, defenseless people. You can't detain them illegally.
Yes, that happens. Even the Interior Minister himself goes down to speak with the officers before the protests start. And he reminds them that these protesters are citizens just like us.
Do you understand that in order to prove to Egyptians that you're not going back to the brutal police tactics that we saw under the Mubarak regime, that the Interior Ministry has to take action?
When incidents like this happened in the past, we denied it. Since the Human Rights Department opened, we're trying to admit our mistakes and show that people will be held accountable.
For now, no one has been held accountable for Muhammad's death, and it's stoking the anger of a mother who doesn't believe a car accident killed her son. Does a car accident give you lines on your neck, she asks? Does it make your tongue swollen from electrocution? Muhammad says she won't stop until she gets the truth. Reza Sayah, CNN, Tanta, Egypt.